Okay. What were your favorite activities as a child? Like, what did you like to do?
Play baseball, football, go hunting.
Hmm? Did you enjoy school?
I No, I didn't enjoy it.
Is there a reason why you didn't, or?
Reason why I couldn't I couldn't wait to go outside and play ball and work.
Did any newspaper, magazines, or books become like favorites of yours? Like, did you really like any one of them?
Not really.
Okay. What did a typical day consist of?
What?
What did like a typical day, like what did you do? Like, what was your daily routine?
Playing ball, going hunting, walking in the woods.
How did the Great Depression affect your life in the long run?
Well, it didn't affect me too much because I was too young to understand.
How did you guys get from place to place? Like how did you get from here to the grocery store?
Oh, we had to walk to the grocery store.
So no cars?
And sometime we hitched a ride.
What were some common jobs for teenagers?
Teenagers is going picking apples in the orchard.
How did you guys get your news?
By different people.
Did you like listen to the radio for it, or?
Yeah, we had a radio. They first come out. I remember getting our first radio.
Yeah. And did you guys get the newspaper too, or?
No, not really.
Okay. How old were you when the Great Depression occurred? Were you still like a child or a teenager?
I was like a child, about 9 or 10 years old.
Mm-hmm. And what was your favorite meal?
Favorite meal was cheese, salami, and some spaghetti.
What were some things that you guys had to do without, like when the Great Depression hit?
Done what?
What were some of the things you had to do without because you couldn't like afford them anymore or they weren't available?
You mean like helping around the house?
Yeah, kind of like that. Like, was there like you couldn't buy some kind of meat because it was too expensive? Or like you had to do without snacks?
Oh, we'd have some snacks and couldn't afford to buy stuff. Couldn't afford.
How was income provided for in the family?
By my dad working in the coal mines.
Is that what he did?
He used to work in the mine and run a cutting machine. Then he'd get paid every 2 weeks.
Where did you live?
In Eldersville, PA.
Did you like it there?
Yes, I really liked it there.
How many people were in your family?
7.
What was your family like worried or scared that sometimes they wouldn't be able to make like enough money to buy groceries or something? Or did your dad continue to have a job?
We never did have to worry about anything. My dad always was a good provider.
How are holidays, such as like Christmas and Easter and all the other ones, how are they celebrated?
We had a wonderful Christmas. We had all the food my dad provided for us for Christmas. It was really wonderful.
Did he go hunting for the food, or
Huh?
did he hunt for food, or did you guys get your meat and such from a grocery store?
Most of it, he butchered a pig, and we bought some stuff from a grocery store. We always had plenty of food.
Okay. Do you remember who were the people who, like, influenced what was going on? Like, some of the leaders and some of the main people that were important during this time, and their opinion, like, greatly influenced other people.
You mean like people brought grocery store place and stuff?
Kind of like, who were the big people of this time, like president and such? Like, people that you could tell were influenced the way you lived.
We had President Roosevelt was our president. What else? Other people.
Like, who?
Grocery store.
Like, besides the president, was there any major people who influenced?
Oh, like we had a good
Like mayor, or senator,
I don't know who the mayor was that time.
or how did
our mayor? What's his name? He died. Yeah, we had a couple of mayors here. I think there was a woman. Then there was that one. Who was the mayor now that got beat out? Yeah, I don't want to put him down.
Mm-hmm. What did FDR, like Roosevelt, what did he do during this time that made a change in the way that
Everybody had work. While we had President Roosevelt, we had plenty of work. And time was better.
Did you like him as president?
Yeah.
If you would be listening to the radio, what was some of the things you heard on it? Like, what were the major headlines?
Major headline, like when the President Kennedy got shot, and when the World War was over in 1945. That's it. What else you want me to put on there?
Okay. And let me think. What were some habits that you formed there during this time period that you continued to do?
What was my habits?
Like, what were some habits formed that you did during this time? Like, were you concerned with money, or would you do something that you still do today that was formed during this time period?
Work. Go shopping. Work. Cut grass. You want that? These people, you don't want that. Cut grass. Tease my wife. Enjoy the family. Grandchildren, enjoy my grandchildren, great-grandchildren. All the family, all the relations. That's it.
Okay. Were there any laws passed during this time that made life a little easier? Or do you remember any laws that changed your life a lot?
The laws, when time got better, employment got better and stuff. After 1940, from 45 on up to 50, employment got better.
Did FDR's New Deal, like all the programs that he made, was that helpful?
Yeah, it was helpful.
Okay.
All the programs Roosevelt made was really helpful.
What were some trends that people did then that they don't do now. Like, now we have a lot of people on their phones, laptops, they didn't have this. Or some
people that didn't watch TVs before, didn't have TVs, didn't have phones. Now they're on watching TV, they're on the phones and going out shopping more.
Was there a certain way people dressed during this time period?
Dressed?
Yeah, like how today we wear like holes in our jeans and that.
Oh, some people now that you see, they wear clothes with holes in, patches on their clothes. They don't dress like they used to dress a few years back.
How did they used to dress during this time period?
They used to dress better years back than they do today.
Were these clothes usually homemade?
Clothes, they don't dress, when they're going certain places, they used to dress up better than they do today. That's true. Especially in church.
What did you do as a job?
My job mostly was operating a coal cutting machine and work around the house, taking care of the property.
When did you start this job?
Circus.
When did you start this job?
In the mine, you mean?
Yeah. When did you start?
1936. My dad didn't want me to go in the coal mine, so I went and I got my job on my own. I worked in the coal mine since 1936 to 1976. From 1935 to 1976.
How old were you when you started your job?
16 years. I was 16 years old when I entered the coal mine. In the first few months, my buddy got killed right in the front of me. Then I was off for a while, and then I went back in the coal mine. I went with my dad on the cutting machine. They called it the scraper.
Was that
from then on, the coal mine shut down in 1939, and I had to go look for employment again in the different coal mines, which I was hired in different mines that was shut down. And then I kept going from mine to mine, and they kept shutting down till I worked 5 or 6 years in most of the mines. And then the last coal mine I was employed before I retired, I worked there for 17 years. Then I retired. That's it.
Okay. Did you enjoy your job?
I really enjoyed it. I went out and worked construction and different jobs, and I always went back to the coal mines and worked.
When you were a kid, was there any games played? Like games?
Games?
Yeah.
Well, most of the games I watched was baseball. Some football, but not much. Most of them was baseball.
Was there like any board games or card games?
Playing horseshoes.
What was that game?
Bowling. Pitching horseshoes.
Okay. Was there any like card games you guys played or during that time? Or
Card. We used to gamble sometime for fun. They called it poker. Poker and euchre.
Okay. What's
and pinochle.
What are those games still around today?
Oh, them games are still around.
Okay. Which one was your favorite?
My favorite was playing poker. Card game.
Okay. When did you meet?
And now we go out and do the lottery, play the lottery.
When did you meet Grandma?
When I meet Grandma?
Yeah.
When I was born. Grandma.
Grandma Fuzz, when did you meet her?
Oh, I thought you meant my mother. I met her in 1937.
Okay. And how did you meet each other?
Oh, we met each other by playing softball, playing ball, throwing balls at each other and stuff.
Okay. And when were you guys married?
We got married in 1941, April the 21st.